I was in the mindset of, do I go back to rugby? Do I just settle into a 9-to-5 job? I was born in New Zealand, grew up in Australia till I was about 14, then moved to England for secondary school. Originally I went to St Crispin's in Wokingham, and then they didn't really have a rugby program at their school. It was just a state school. My dad always had it in his mind that he wanted me to go to Wellington College. He was persistent on emailing them almost every week, being like, have you got a spot for next year? My dad played professionally, and so did my mum, the forwards coach for the first 15 at Wellington. He came down and watched one of my games and kind of sorted it out from there. Year 8 up until year 13, had a full scholarship to Wellington College, which was pretty lucky. So it's quite a big change coming from there to London, and then especially going to a school like Wellington where it's a lot of money thrown around, I guess. So I came straight into senior academy system with Irish. Didn't get a cap until my third year. It was in the COVID season.
We were based with London Irish for 2 seasons, delivering on the academy and then the speed for the first team.
Obviously Irish folded. That was a bit tough.
He had a period of injury when he was at Irish, so he wasn't actually able to play.
Ripped my meniscus. I sat down with the surgeon and he was like, there is a high potential where you might have to retire from it.
Having been in a professional club where everything just happens, suddenly being thrown out there, looking after yourself.
It kind of hit me like I haven't really got anything to fall back on.
And you saw some guys who didn't cope with that and drifted away.
That was a pretty daunting period. I was frantically looking at jobs I could take up. You hear about your mates picking up gigs as soon as it folded, and there was probably a handful of us that were waiting around. I was in the mindset of, do I go back to rugby? Do I just settle into a 9-to-5 job?
A big part of how we coach is we want to be part of people's journeys and seeing them fulfil their potential. So to get him back playing was primarily what we wanted to do, and then seeing his progress physically was pretty good. Got himself a gig at Areté in the Championship. The Championship's quite hard. There's lots of issues in terms of resources that those clubs have, but he understood what he wanted to get from it, which was to get regular game time, and he basically grabbed the opportunity with both hands. And he managed to string together some games with good performances, and from that, the chance to play for Samoa.
Went to Samoa for 3 weeks, trained with the Samoan Sevens just to see where I was at. That was a pretty decent test. Ended up getting a call from the head coach for Samoa. He kind of asked if I was free to play in the July test.
Seeing him playing in front of his family, going back to Samoa was just such a cool story.
3 on the line out. Early with the ball, and then they charge ahead and the try. Going to be scored by Moore or not.
First game was against Italy. That one came a bit unexpected. In the morning, going for breakfast, the coaches pulled me over and were just like, you're starting today at 7.
What he went through and what he was prepared to do out of his own pocket and his own time to make sure that came to fruition is the sort of thing that, as a coach, you really want to be involved in.
It's going to be Moore, or not. There's no more deserving player in the park for a try than Moore, or not. The crowd are delighted.
And it was probably the best 4 months of my rugby career and my personal life.
We love coaching, we love coaching people like that who are prepared to put themselves out there and take those risks.
Not for the money and it's not for the applause.